Hello, can everybody hear me? Hello, Chris. How are you today? Chris, Bill, Allison, hello. Great that everyone can hear me. I had it in practice mode for a moment, so my apologies. I had to switch it over to broadcasting live. We have a couple other people that will be joining us, so we'll just give it 2 more moments before we get started today. Awesome. Welcome, Elizabeth. How's everybody settling into being at home? So far, so good? Hello, Elizabeth. Yes, Allison, it is an adjustment. And Phil, good to hear that so far so good. You might see a lot of animals potentially crossing behind me. I have a couple of cats and a dog, so sorry, they might want to join the webinar today too. And for the group that's logging on today, have you been to our office before? Or is this your first time hearing of us and interacting with us? All right, I'll just give it 1 more minute for some others to join us, and then we will get started. Perfect. Well, welcome back, Phil. Thank you. All right, so I will start. I'm going to share my screen with you, and the information that I'm going to present to you today, it will be sent to you by email as well. We'll cover just a little bit about the basics of who we are as an office. So I'll get started. Thank you. All right, so good afternoon, everybody. Thank you again for joining me today. My name is Adrienne. I am the Business Information Officer at the St. Catharines Enterprise Centre. So our office today, we're going to go through all the different ways that we support startups and small businesses. Our office is comprised of our office manager as well, Rob Belcher. He's in the chat today as well. And then we have Hallie. I like to say that she keeps us in line at the office, but Hallie is the one that you maybe communicate with most often. She helps us with research and pretty much making sure that we're organized. So welcome to our webinar today. So I'm just going to cover a little bit about our services and supports as an office. So I'll discuss a little bit about how we can work with you. Then I'm going to go into a couple of just different topics. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about the business plan and how we can support you on that process, about market research, and again, how we can support your business there. And then I'm going to go into a little bit about rules and regulations. We will have a webinar coming up about that. And then I'm going to talk about some of the programs that we have available. So I know that a couple of you mentioned that you had some interest in some of our programs maybe last year. I believe you're talking about the Starter Company Plus program, so I will make sure to address that. So I can't see the chat box. It's not visible to me right now, but I will make sure that at the end of the presentation that I'll go back and I'll answer any questions that you have. You'll also have our contact information. That way you can connect with us as well. So our office, we're part of the City of St. Catharines Economic Development Team. So we are a unique partnership between the Municipality of St. Catharines as well as the province from the Ministry of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade. So those two have come together and partnered on our St. Catharines Enterprise Centre. There are about 47 offices like ours across Ontario, and right now a lot of our offices are helping to guide small businesses through the situation with COVID-19, to provide resources, updates, and to be that guide through this process. There's about 47 across Ontario that are doing this right now. At our office particularly, we get to meet 500 aspiring entrepreneurs and small businesses every single year. It's a very exciting part of the job. We get to meet some incredible people that have amazing ideas, and we look forward to working with all of you as well. So some of the things that we do provide are some general business information requests. So sometimes you're like, where do I register my business name? How do I register for HST? I'm unsure about where do I find information about WSIB or employee remittances. So things like that, we can help guide you through some general business information requests. We can handle those for you. Also our seminars, that's probably one of the biggest things that we do at the office is facilitate our seminars and events. So pre-COVID, we are running about 12 to maybe even 20 seminars a month that are free for you to access. And a lot of them are on some business basics information. And then from there we build and we bring in experts and professionals to talk about specific things such as social media, talk about accounting. We have an accounting presentation coming up next week. So we do bring in lots of guest speakers and we're always hosting seminars. So I will have the list available for you of our upcoming webinars that we're offering. Market research guidance. We'll talk a little bit about market research in a moment, but this is really crucial part of starting your business is finding information on, can I make it? Do I have enough of a clientele? The other part is your business plan. We can help coach you on the business plan writing process. We can also review your business plan and be that support while you're going through that writing process and while you're working through your business idea as a whole. We do offer business consultations as well. So right now we are doing those remotely. So we're doing them either by Skype, we're doing most of them over the phone. We can set up a Zoom conversation. So we are still offering our business consultations for clients. So that's something that you'll have our contact information if you'd like to connect and talk about your business. We're more than happy to support you. And like I mentioned earlier, right now we are really trying to gather information from small business owners and bring some of their questions and concerns around COVID-19 and bring that forward to the provincial and federal levels of government. So you're more than welcome to share some information about that as well by email, and we'll make sure to pass that forward. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is our mentoring and funding programs. That's towards the end of the slide today, where we'll talk about Starter Company Plus and the Summer Company option. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm going to just go over is that business plan. So why create a business plan? Why is it important? There's some literature out there that says you don't need to write a business plan. You need a plan for your business. You're not going to take a road trip. Rob likes to use this, so I'm stealing this on you today, Rob. Rob always says you cannot go on a road trip until you plan about your route. What is your route to get there? How much money do you need for gas? Where are you going to stop? Where are you going to stay? You need to plan it. So your business does need a plan, and it's going to really help you map that growth and what are some of the goals that you have for your business. The other really important part is to gain understanding of the resources you need to start. Some of you might be at that startup phase, and this is going to help you look at the land, labor, capital, and knowledge that you need. So I have no business being a carpenter. I don't know how to use power tools, so I don't have the knowledge or the intellectual capital to become a carpenter. I could probably write business plans for a living. I can help guide people and provide business coaching services because that's in my knowledge set and wheelhouse. So those are some things to think through is, do you need an office space? Can you work from home? If you're working from home, what kind of technology do you need? Do you need to hire people right away? Or are you able to do this on your own at the beginning? What kind of money do you need to start? So there's some tools and equipment that you might need. How much is that going to cost you? How much money do you have available to you? And then the other part was the knowledge. So those are really, really crucial. And if you don't work through those, this is going to increase your chances of success, making sure that you work through all of those items. The other part is your business opportunity and viability. If you're working through the business plan and the different sections of it, you can come to terms with, okay, I have a really, really great opportunity. Here's what can work. Or you can find that maybe your business idea needs to pivot. Maybe you need to target a different niche, or maybe there's a different target client that you can pursue. And then one is access to funding. If you want to go to the bank and you want to get a loan for your business, If you want to access the grant programs I'm going to mention at the end of this, you need a business plan. It is still the staple to access any sort of funding for your business. The other part is market research. So we can help you, guide you on this process. We can introduce you to a few free databases that have some industry specific data, some data on Niagara. So we can help coach you through this process of what are some free resources available to you and what are some ways that you can get good information, because there's lots of information out there, but it's really hard to find good information. So market research is really going to help you determine, we like to call it SWOT analysis, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I left the strength and weaknesses out. I focus more on the opportunities and threats that you have in the market. So right now, unfortunately, we're going through a transitional period with business. So there's an opportunity to maybe sell online, where there's a threat because of this, that some businesses do need to do curbside pickup. So looking at this even situation here, it's really good practice to do a quick SWOT of what are some strengths that your business has? What are some weaknesses? Where's an opportunity, especially right now? Where does an opportunity lie for your business to continue to grow and thrive? Then looking at other threats. So that's a really great analysis that we can work through. Business viability, doing market research tells you, is the industry growing? Is it declining? How many clients do I have available to me in Niagara? Am I selling online? Do I need to worry about shipping rules and regulations? Is the cost to start up more than what I have available to me? So viability is really important. And a lot of lenders and a lot of different granting programs or funding programs are looking for that viability. Then how much money can you make? You are hoping, you're going into business to make money. So you really want to see how much money, what is the potential for you to make an income for yourself from this? Then the day value proposition. If you've watched Dragon's Den, or you've been, even when you go to buy a product, you say, okay, well, why should I buy from you? Why would I buy Puma over Nike or Under Armour over Lululemon? Why? They're all fitness clothes. But it's really understanding that why that makes you different from your competition. And that's something that we go through with you as well. And your market research will tell you, what is your competition doing right now? And how can you be different to set yourself apart? Okay. The other part is the rules and regulations. So this is probably our most popular seminar, and we will be running it again this month in webinar form. So this is where we talk about the rules and regulations, that red tape. What are some of the things that you need to make sure you have in order to start and operate your business legally? So there's some municipal, provincial, and federal regulations. We can guide you on those, and we will have that webinar available this month. We'll talk about registering the business name, so something called a master business license. So that's a process that we'll have that webinar, but we're more than happy to speak with you one-on-one and have a consultation to do that as well. We'll talk about basic tax principles. Our office, we have a lot of really vast information, some general business knowledge, but we are not tax professionals. So we will guide you on the basics for taxes, and tax season is upon us. We have a bit of an extension, but it is upon us. And we're going to have an accountant come in next week as well to talk about bookkeeping and accounting. So we do guide you on the basics. And then considerations when hiring. If you do want to hire somebody, there are some federal regulations, there's WSIB, there's other insurance that you have to worry about. So we can help you work through what are some of the steps you need to worry about or to think through when you're considering hiring, and then sources of funding. This is where we sometimes break a few hearts. For the grant programs that are out there for startups, they are very minimal. Again, grant programs, I like to call them funding programs, are changing constantly. So I'm going to share with you a link after this webinar where you can find some information, the most up-to-date information about what are the sources of funding that are available. When you're starting, you're really going to find that there's more loan programs available for you versus a cash injection. Again, with some of the shifts happening with COVID-19, other new programs are probably going to come out as time goes on. So that's something, that link that I'll share with you is really going to be your best resource when you're looking for sources of funding. The last part, I'm going to just beware. If something seems too good to be true, just beware. Please pass it by us. We are here to help. Anytime something asks you for money or promises you that you're going to get a grant. They're going to write your business plan. You're going to pay them $700,000, $800,000. They're going to write your business plan, and this business plan is going to guarantee that you're going to get a grant. Beware, buyer beware, please. We have seen some very seasoned, amazing business professionals fall into these traps. There is free information, and again, I'm going to send you that link, but the link is available for you here as well. You can find all the information that you need. You can see on this information, it says business grants and finance right on this page. It will lead you to that other link I'm going to send you, and that is your most reliable source. Please do not fall into those traps. We've seen it happen to clients recently. So when you're looking for grants, connect with us. We'll be able to give you that link or provide some guidance and feedback. Also, just beware of that. We've seen it happen too many times, unfortunately. Okay. So some services and supports, again, webinars. Right now, we have a really great list of webinars that we have some fantastic guest speakers coming in for April. I'll be running some of them as well. So the next one that's coming up will be next week on April 14th. Again, I'll send you the link. So right now, we're focusing a lot of different things about COVID-19. So we're going to have a small business supports webinar about some mortgage frequently asked questions. So right now, we're really trying to target what are some ways. The first three themes are all money focused. So what are some things that you can do right now to get over and to get through and to free up some cash flow? So we'll talk about that on the 14th as per your mortgage. The next one will be accounting and taxation. So it'll be bookkeeping, accounting, what kinds of things can you claim on your tax return, talking about HST, and then very briefly going over some of the different things happening and some of the changes with COVID-19, but mostly on those bookkeeping and accounting principles as well. And again, all these webinars are free for everyone here to access. The next one, we're going to have the BDC as well as Venture Niagara. So the BDC is the Business Development Bank of Canada. We're going to have them come in and chat about monitoring and adjusting your cash flow. So we're going to talk about what is the cash flow forecast, and especially in times like this, how can you monitor it, adjust it, free up some cash, and to be prepared for further situations. We're going to have our steps of starting. So I spoke about that earlier, but all those rules and regulations you need to consider when starting a business. I will be hosting that one. It'll be an hour long on April 20th. Then the other one's going to be Shipping 101 on the 22nd. We have a company called Intuitive Shipping. They're going to talk about e-commerce shipping, what to do when you're fulfilling orders for clients. So if you made that transition to online, or you're looking to start an e-commerce site, this is a really great opportunity to talk about some e-commerce shipping basics, or just shipping basics for your business. The last, we're going to talk about the business plan. So I alluded to the importance of that business plan. So in this seminar, we're going to talk to you about all the things to consider when writing it, and all the things that you need to cover as well. Other upcoming sessions are human resource management. We did have a human resources one that just passed last week, but we're going to re-air that one. We're also going to have one on marketing, digital Main Street. We're also looking at facilitators coming in to talk about coping with stress and anxiety during this time, and adapting, and then capacity building for your business. So we have a lot that we're going to be doing webinar-wise. So we are here to support you by phone, by email, through these free webinars and offerings that we have as well. I have a couple more slides, but I'm going to check our chats. So I'm just going to check the Q&A. Does anyone have any questions at the moment? I'm new to Zoom, so bear with me. I've lost our chat box. I've lost our chat box, so I'm going to continue, and then that way at the end I'll look for that. Oh, you know what? There it is, chat. Wonderful. Okay, so thank you so much for the information sharing. I will be sharing the recorded video as well. We're learning how to, we're uploading it onto our YouTube, so it might take a couple of days. So yes, I will share the recording with you as well as the slides. Thank you for that. Perfect. So just wanted to introduce you to a couple of our clients. You might recognize some of these spaces. So like I mentioned, we've had the opportunity to work with an incredible group of entrepreneurs, about 500 every single year. And I've been at the office for 3 years now. So anything from food service to hair salons, to mechanics, to digital media marketing companies, to shipping companies, to agriculture, we get to work with such an amazing group of entrepreneurs, and just know that we really are in your corner. We want to see you start your business and to be successful. Whether or not you tap into a program I'm going to mention called Starter Company Plus, our services are free and we are here to be your guide, and we want to see you start and succeed. And for those who have businesses right now, to get through this difficult time and to be able to come in and visit you at your stores. Okay, so these are some programs that we offer at our office. So do note that the business planning services, all of our seminars, our consultations, our mentorship and one-on-one guidance are always available to you, no matter these programs. If you're not in one of these programs, all of these services, no matter what, are available to you. These are just additional programs that we have available to us at the office. So Summer Company is our first one. Oh, looks like my video might be able to upload. I'm not going to go over the video, but you will have access to it. Summer Company is a youth program. So it's a program, again, that we get funding from the province of Ontario to encourage entrepreneurs between the ages of 15 and 29 to start a business. This is a really, really fun program. I had my first opportunity to facilitate it last year, and it's incredible seeing anyone from the a 15-year-old who wrote their own book and launched their book last summer, seeing students get out there and get active and doing landscaping, summer camps. So this is a really, really cool program if you know a young entrepreneur. So how it works is that overall they get $3,000 of grant money. They'll get $1,500 up front. This $1,500 is going to pay for things like their insurance, some marketing money, and tools and equipment that they might need to start their business. Throughout the whole summer, they're going to get business mentorship and training. So last year we had a lot of media coverage for our students where we had Cogeco come out and do interviews with them. We did a lot of outreach opportunities and trade shows so that counselors and the public got to know our students. So we try to get them connected with the community as much as possible. So from that, they also get business training. We have a full training day where we talk about taxes and we talk about some really cool, I know taxes are so exciting, but I'm excited about taxes. And then some marketing, and then we also have mentorship. This is a really cool part because we have amazing mentors from successful businesses to experts in their field that get together with them bi-weekly to talk about their business and to help them grow throughout the summer. So these are some eligibility requirements. I won't run through all of them, they're on your screen, but they really need to be between the ages of 15 and 29, so it's that youth-based program, and returning to school. So they'd have to be a student going back to school in the fall. So whether they're a high school student or they're going from high school to college university, or they're in college university right now, going back for another year, that's a really important requirement. Also, this is going to be their main job for their summer. So versus getting a part-time job, they're going to focus on starting their business over the summer. So that's Summer Company. That's a lot of fun. And applications are open right now, and they will be open until May 17th. As things are developing, growing, there might be some changes to how the program's operating, but right now, if anyone has questions, it is business as usual, and this program is still running for the summer, and applications are still open until May 17th. Okay. Starter Company Plus. This one might be, I think, Allison, you mentioned that you might have wanted to access this one a couple of years ago, or maybe just last year, but Starter Company Plus, we host this program once a year. So applications will open again in September. If you are interested in this program and after reviewing it quickly with you, you think that you might be eligible, in the email follow-up, I will attach our Starter Company Plus intake form, our application form. That way we can review it for eligibility, and we'll hold on to that form and notify you when we open up applications. But we are looking to relaunch in September this program. So what do you get? Myself and our office manager, Rob, we are going to be your advisors. This program is a couple of months in duration because you are doing some business training, business development, special events, networking, and you're building your business plan. In order to be considered for the next round, because this is a competitive process, we have 9 grants of up to $5,000 available. So we don't have a large amount of grants available. So it is a competitive process. So just keep that in mind. But you get to connect with tons of business entrepreneurs, and every single cohort that I see, everyone becomes friends and they work together and they still have really great relationships to this day. So you're going to get some mentoring from local entrepreneurs, business professionals, access to some really great seminars and events. And Rob and I are there to guide you as you start and grow your business. And writing that business plan is another really important piece to it. So the grant is up to $5,000 and it's a non-repayable grant. Okay. Some eligibility requirements are going to be that you are over 18, so 18 or over. You're not in school, you're not working full-time. So you are not doing anything else but the business. So pretty much the business is your full-time focus. So that full-time focus means that if you're in school, you're not in school full-time. Maybe you're taking an evening course for yourself, but that's it. If you're working, you're not working more than 12 hours a week. So you can't have a full-time job at the moment and be accessing this program. Okay. The other thing is we will look to see that you have contributed to the business as well. So for those who do get selected to move forward to the pitch round, we do have to collect some information. And one of them, just like if you're going to go for a loan one day, we require that you show at least 25% contribution. So that's $1,250 that we collect in receipts to show that you are starting your business. So that's something that we can talk about in more detail, but I just wanted to share with you some really quick eligibility requirements. It is a really amazing program. Some of the faces that you saw a couple of slides ago, all of them have gone through that program and have been very successful in starting their businesses. And some of them went through that program without receiving the funding as well, but they still started their business because they had that hands-on support and guidance the whole way. Okay, so thank you very much. I know that was a really quick introduction to our office, but we just want to take that opportunity to share with you and to reconnect with some of our clients. So welcome back for some people that are reconnecting with us. I will take a couple of questions now. Here we are. Does anyone have any specific questions at the moment in time that I can help answer? If you do have any specific questions, I'm going to write my email address as well. So if you have some questions around rules, regulations, or if you have questions, oh, Allison, I will come to your question. There will be, oh, hello, Royal Tales, hello. There will be a playback. We are going to offer this webinar. Once we have it to our YouTube page, we'll make sure it's available for you. And I also just shared my personal email address. So if anyone does have a specific rules and regulation question, or if you have a question around the Starter Company Plus or Summer Company program, please let me know and just email me there and I'll do my best to help you, and we'll have our steps to starting opportunity. And Allison, you raised your hand. I don't know where it went. Does the Starter Company Plus require 50% share ownership? Yes, it does. So great question, Phil. So Phil just asked, does the Starter Company Plus program require at least 50% share ownership? It does. It is also for businesses that are within their very first year of operation. So you're either at the stage where you're ready to launch the business, and this is meant to be a boost to help you in that starting up process, or you're under 1 year in operation. I've submitted receipts when I did my taxes. Could I show you that as proof of 20? Yes, you could, Allison. So if you are within that first year of operation and you submitted some expenses for tax purposes, yes, those receipts. We do actually need to collect receipts to the same standard as what you'd give for your taxes. So that is correct, Allison. Thank you. All right. I'll give it a couple more moments for some more questions. I'm pleased to see that my animals, my fur babies, did not decide to interrupt our chat today. Any other questions from anybody? And again, I just shared with you my personal email address. Also, you have our main general email address here as well. This phone number is still active. It's going to be forwarded over to Rob, his cell phone. So we are actively checking our voicemails. We have Hallie, she is fantastic, and she's monitoring this Enterprise Center at stcatharines.ca. site as well. And then now you have my personal email address if you wanted to connect with me. Oh, I have another question. Thank you. Are there any financial supports or grants for anyone who is working full time? At the moment, to my knowledge, there are not. They're in the way of financial support would be your loan option. So what kind of business are you looking to start, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, so there are a couple programs. So one thing I suggest, I'd love to connect with you to talk about a little bit about working through your business idea if you have multiple ideas right now. So for Maja, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. So I'd love to connect with you to talk, oh, Maha, thank you. I would love to connect with you about working through your business idea. So please email me, be happy to schedule something, but there are loan opportunities out there. So one organization is called Venture Niagara. Oh, okay. So I'll make sure to share my personal email address and an email follow-up to everybody after today as well. If you do have a Hotmail account or a Yahoo account, please just be careful because sometimes it goes to junk. So I'll send a quick email to everybody. This recording might not be available for a few days because we have to upload to YouTube. So Allison had a question. So your receipts, maybe we can chat about email for that one. So you gave your receipts to your accountant, it's been submitted for your taxes, and it can be proven as a line of business expenses. We'd actually have to have physical receipts for that. But to access the program, again, all of our services are available to you, and we can chat a bit more specifically about Starter Company Plus. If you just email me, Allison, maybe we can set up a phone call and I can answer some of your questions a bit more specifically too. All right, well, if that's it for the questions, Maha, I didn't answer that one part. There are some loan options out there. One organization is called Venture Niagara. They'll be speaking when we talk about monitoring and adjusting cash flow. They do have some loan programs. There are some microloan options as well. A lot of the banks have gotten on board with some better small business loans and lending opportunities. So really connect with your bank that you're currently working with to see what options they have available to you, because there are micro loan options. It's about $2,500 and all depending on what you need. And they will know your financial situation better as well. And they might be able to recommend other ways to access a loan or types of funding from them that might be better suited for your particular situation. Also, there's something called the Canada Small Business Financing Program. That is a program that's available as a loan. It is backed by the federal government. So for some reason you were to default on paying the bank that money back, the federal government is there to step in to make sure the bank doesn't lose their money. And that program, I'll send a link for it as well. That program is available to businesses that are looking to buy assets, to do improvements to a space, to get their first stock of supplies, or to buy a building. So that's usually the lender's first line of fire, depending what types of things you need to start your business. Okay. Yes, there's a lot. So please, 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 I encourage you to come to our Steps of Starting a Small Business session and our business planning webinar as well. You'll get all the links to register for all those events that I mentioned. They'll be available to you in an email follow-up. And I really encourage you, please connect with us, digest the information that we chatted about today, and would really be happy to answer any questions that you have and connect further. So I'll give it one more moment to see if anyone has questions. Oh, well, thanks, Rob. Thanks, boss. Rob says nice work. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it. All right, everybody, have a lovely day. Please stay positive. Right now we're going through some really different times and challenging times. So please don't be shy to reach out if you already are running a business. Please connect with us and voice some concerns that you have. That way we can continue to pass that up the food chain to our MPs and our MPPs. So hang in there. We're all in this together and we are here to support you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you. Thank you.